Hello and welcome back. Today I am making a 4-cheese ham, mushroom, spinach quiche. I bought a pre-baked pie, a pre-made pie, which was all broken up. I did blind bake it, which means at the 350 degrees that was recommended. I put it in for 20 minutes just to kind of get it going. Again, the crust was all broken up, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue. I have 5 eggs in here, and I do have a half a cup of half and half. What I found is the key to a yummy quiche is really whipping the eggs. So I'm going to take my 5 eggs and use my whisk and try and get as much air into the eggs as I can get. Kind of frothy. I actually know some people that do use a mixer. They'll use the paddle attachment on their mixer, and that will get them the air that they want in there, nice and light and fluffy. I just kind of do this, and then once it gets to that pale color, it's a little more pale, that's usually good. So to my 5 eggs that I've whipped, I'm adding a half a cup of half and half. And I'll mix that together really well and get that nice and smooth. And then I will mix all my other ingredients and then pour the eggs over it. So I have sharp cheddar, pepper jack, Swiss, and cottage cheese. They are an incredible mix. Just gonna pour that all in. I have honey ham, mushrooms, and spinach. The spinach was frozen. It's chopped frozen spinach. So I thawed, drained really, really well. You do not want any other liquid added to this, so drain this very, very well. Then I have my homemade, homegrown garlic chives. So I'm gonna add those. Then I'm going to add my pepper and my salt. Won't need a lot of salt. There's a whole lot of cheese in here, but eggs always need salt. So I'm going to give a little. And then every recipe gets yummo. So I will sprinkle in my yummo. Okay, so I have in here all of my yummies, and I'm going to mix these up so they are evenly distributed, and then I'll just gently fold in my eggs. Get this going here. Whoopsie. Okay, so that is just very easily distributed. Don't want to break up anything. Then I'm going to take my egg and half mixture and add that in. And then I'm just going to give it a few turns to mix it all together. We already have the yummo, salt, and pepper in there. We have the chives. Okay, all mixed together. I'm going to take my pie crust that is pre-baked. They call that blind baking. The temperature recommended for this crust was 350 degrees. So I poked it with a fork. I actually sat a potato down in there to hold it down. I don't have a pie weight or anything to do that so that it doesn't bubble up. So I just put a potato in there and that held it down 20 minutes. I'm going to pour the goodies in, and then we're going to cook it for probably 50 minutes. We will keep an eye on it and watch the crust edges, because you don't want the edges of the crust to burn. I'm going to get all the goodness in here, kind of spread it out. I also recommend that when you cook it, just like you would a pie, that you put it on a cookie sheet so it's easier to transfer, and in case anything bubbles over, you don't have a big mess on the bottom. So there is our quiche. I'm going to stick it in at 350 degrees. I'm going to look at it in 45 minutes. It's probably going to go 50 or a little more. So there you go. I'll show you when we're done. It's done. It went 45 minutes at 350 degrees. And thank goodness I had a cookie sheet under it because it did overflow and made quite the mess. So make sure you always do that. Enjoy.